Good morning. What I'm going to say this morning is this. All this that's being done to me is simply just on account of my race. Now, I don't have a problem with race. And there are people out there that don't like to be called racist. So they find other ways to discriminate. Now, you've been, those of you that have been watching me, you notice that the way that I work, and the way I drive does not fit with what they said earlier. Okay. So what they have been doing is they have been discriminating in an undercover way. That's what they're doing, making derogatory statements, and they think that is funny. But like I said, it's been going on for a long time. It's retaliatory discrimination due to a lawsuit way back in 1990. Now, also what they are doing is they are saying that when I go somewhere that I'm bringing trouble with me wherever I go. If I go on a job, they're trying to make it appear as though that I'm bringing the trouble, when in fact all they're doing is just following me, making trouble wherever I go. And to any black business, listen to me, I would advise you not to go along with that, because they want you to self-destruct, because they know that people have watched me and they know that if someone goes along with something like that, it may ruin their business, okay? Because I'm simply just not doing anything. These people are aware of this, and this is why they keep coming on TV like that, making these statements. It's not like I'm going on jobs making trouble. They're following me, and they're making trouble. They're taking words and just simply applying them to something else. This is not a joke to me. You can see that they're going on every job that I'm on, and they keep making trouble. I don't have a camera or nothing like that. You know, Now, if people are jealous, they just shouldn't be. That's no reason to do that. What this is going to turn into is going to turn into extortion. You know, I told them I'm a skilled tradesman. A skilled tradesman. I've been to school for trades. So what they're saying about education is totally irrelevant. A college trade school is what they're saying is totally irrelevant. I'm gonna get my words a little twisted up this morning. But at either rate, the method is to make people self-destruct. That's what I believe. I'm not a racist. I don't have no problem with nobody of the other race. But clearly, these people have a problem with me with race because it's due to retaliatory discrimination. That's what this is all about. And they're misleading people to think that I'm saying things that I'm not saying. You know, they're taking words, applying it to whatever they want it to be applied to. So, I don't listen to them. I don't, when they come on, I don't listen to nothing that they say. Putting stipulations on something that's mine. Think about that. Nobody has ever stopped to think about that. If you got something and you want to do something with it, how can they put stipulations on? How can they put stipulations on you playing the lottery? Have you ever bothered to stop and think about that? None of that makes any sense. It hasn't made sense from start to finish. It's just a way to manipulate themselves into what? Getting people on their side by giving them a little bit of money to go along with them, and eventually taking what I have due to retaliatory discrimination. Now, this morning, I'm asking authorities to begin to really start questioning them about extortion, because they've just been holding me up too long, and there's just no reason other than the color of my skin or retaliatory discrimination. There is no other reason. And as you can see, these people have followed me, and they will continue to follow me, and it's time to start pressing charges. At this meeting that I'm going to bring this issue up. I'm going to bring up how people are calling themselves muscling in on something of mine, you know what I'm saying, which could stop businesses from coming into this area, because I've been well known. There are a lot of businesses out there, and I know this for a fact, that wanted to come in Youngstown, but watched me and didn't see me doing anything, and saw people trying to muscle in on my asset. That's fearful to a business that want to come into another location, because they fear that they may try to muscle in and take over theirs. That's what's going on. And this is not me. These are the people that are retaliating on me. I'll be talking to you soon. No other reason but for the color of my skin and retaliatory discrimination. There is no other reason. There is no reason. If I were white, I would not be going through what I'm going through. The people that are discriminating, they're just doing it in an undercover way. They're covering them. They're trying to cover themselves up. I'll be talking to you soon.